All right, guys, welcome back into Indiebnb. Today we are joined by two Atlanta artists, Bcuz and AG Dynasty. Boys, how we feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good, excited, appreciative.
Yeah, definitely, man. We appreciate y'all for having us on your platform. Definitely just been it's been a long day, but it's just busy. It's been good though.
Awesome, guys. Well, I want to jump right into it. You guys are two separate projects, but you did do a project together.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little bit March Madness. I mean, we're in the middle of it right now. We're about to go into the Sweet 16 week. So talk to us about that project, and you guys, a little bit about you guys working together. And if you guys want to start, Zay, if you want to start with us, that'd be awesome.
Got you. So been working with AG for about, I want to say 4 or 5 years now. Just coming up with concepts on how we were gonna come up with a full-length project. I've been on a couple of his other projects as a feature. He's been on mine as a producer, but we wanted to give people that hip hop feel of like a MF Doom and Madlib, or, Static Selector, and every artist he works with, just kind of give that hip hop. He's the producer, I'm the rapper feel. Mm-hmm. And so we had a couple of ideas just on how we were going to roll out a group of music we had. And we were like, you know what? Let's see how we can represent how, we want to see this music as a sport almost. And that's something that we both work with on a group project that we have called National Collegiate Entertainers Groups. So it's kind of like the NCAA of entertainment. We were like, yo, let's just brand this thing and go hard and show people that we're here to kind of like healthily compete when it comes to music. And we want to show that we got beats, we got bars, we got what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
AG, what about you? What about the coming into the project? I mean, well, if you guys are competing, who's winning that? I guess is the question.
So I guess coming into this project, like Zay was saying, like we've been collaborating for a minute now, but this project has been a long time coming. Honestly, like I would say like 3 years we've been working on, because some of the tracks on the project are 3 years old, mm-hmm. or maybe even pre-pandemic, right? So it's like we really wanted to elevate ourselves with this project. And when Zay told me, he was like, yo, let's drop this, and he's like, it kind of has this like sports feel to it, and like it clicked with me really, and like during March, like the whole, and we were influenced by Future too, like Future's March Madness and stuff.
Sure.
And so like yes sir, and we would like listen to that in the studio all the time, and so that's like one of my favorite Future songs. And so when he brought the idea, it just clicked immediately. I was like, yo, you onto something. And so I guess competition in the sense of just us elevating each other, not exactly like competing with each other. We're just elevating each other to the next level.
For sure.
I like it. Now you mentioned you guys have, kind of collaborated back before this project. So for each of you guys, what is the origin story look like to getting into music? Like, we'll start with you, Zay, and then we'll go down to AG. But for you, how'd you get into this?
So secrets out, I guess I would be what you call an industry kid. My parents were in the industry. My mom was a project manager. She worked in IT, but by way of also marketing for a lot of companies. And then my dad, he was into like artist management and development. He used to work with an old Atlanta group called Ghetto Mafia. Mm-hmm. And just from there, he was able to be around the environment of hip hop in its prime in the 90s and 80s. And so, of course, he wanted to instill that kind of like culture into me. And once he saw that I could carry a tune, play an instrument, and, give a little rap, he was like, yeah, let's cultivate something here. And so I've kind of been trained on music all my life. I was in marching band, played drums, I played piano, played guitar. And as I was getting into high school, I was like, okay, what do I want to do as a career? Am I going to go, full marching band, or do I want to find another way in music? I took a music production class, and in there I was really able to understand how to navigate music industry more, understand the terms, lingo and stuff. And around the time I was headed towards college, is when I met my mentor, who is now my manager, DJ Rosterroot. And he was also at the time managing Dwelle and Fife Dog from A Tribe Called Quest. And so he kind of took up the mantle in being like a mentor and helping groom me as the artist I am today. And along the way, I was just looking for dope production, looking for who had different sounds, different vibes to just push me as far as a lyricist. And that's when I met AG.
Gotcha. Well, AG, what about you? It sounds like you're a lot on the producing side, but we'll get behind the mic every now and then. Like talk about your origin into this business, man.
So I kind of been doing music my whole life, but I'm kind of the opposite of Zay when it comes to, I don't have any connections. I don't have any family in the music industry. I'm the first person in my family to do something like this. So it's definitely like a lot on my shoulders, just learning everything and stuff. But I kind of been making music my entire life. I would say since kindergarten. It's crazy. Like I used to do like beatboxing, like stuff like that. And we was in like a rap group in elementary school. And so it was like I did the beatboxing and my homie would rap over it, stuff like that. And then like fast forward to middle school is when I was like getting into like playing an instrument. So I play saxophone. And so I got into saxophone playing like I would say like, what was middle school? What is that, like sixth grade, something like that? And so that's really what like brought my love for music. And it was my older brother who used to put me on to like mixtapes, and we would be we'd be listening in his like old school Camry where the AC and the heating never worked. We had to roll down the windows all the time, bro. And so like we would listen to old types of music, Kanye, Jeezy, T.I. Like that's what I grew up with. And so that was like when I was like, yo, when I heard Kanye's music, when I heard T.I.'s music, I was like, I want to do that. And so that was really what got me into production. And so one of my homies gave me, what was it called? FL Studio. And so I was like, he gave me FL11. And back then everything was like cracked. Everything, we didn't buy nothing back then. We just cracked everything. So yeah, and so he brought that over, loaded on the laptop, and then I just taught myself everything. Looked at YouTube videos, everything. And so, I say I didn't really take it seriously until maybe end of high school when I was about to graduate, and I started working with like some local rappers and stuff. But it wasn't until I got to Georgia State, which is where, what Zay was talking about, National CEG. We started the first chapter at Georgia State. And so technically I'm one of the co-founders of that organization. But, long story short, I met a bunch of people, including Zay at Georgia State. And, the rest is history. We've just been working. It's been, grinding since then.
I love it. You guys have a rich instrument background. It sounds like if hey, we want to take a break from rapping, we could form some kind of jazz group or something where we could go in and we're versatile.
I'm ready.
That's crazy you say that, because Zay and I had the same conversation. A jazz group, man. That's crazy.
On some Mac Miller or Larry Fisherman,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like it. Well, let's kind of talk. Let's get back on the the current music. I mean, some of the I ran through some of the tracks on March Madness. A couple that stuck out to me. Barely On, one of those really kind of got out to me. So talk about y'all's process when you're in the studio. Is it we're listening, we're going to create the beat first and then make the lyrics, or like is it lyrics first, then we're going to put the beat between it, melody, what there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat there, but like how do you guys handle that in the studio when you're creating this project?
So I guess I'll go first. So it's like so Zay, he knows how to produce, right? And so I'm a producer, and like we kind of always had that chemistry when we came together. Like he would start the beat and he maybe he adds like 808, or maybe he adds a melody, And then, me, I'll come in, I had like hi-hat or snare, or maybe vice versa. I'll do the 808 and he'll do the melody or something like that. And so I don't know, it's like, how they talk about how like twins like complete each other's sentences, or like siblings complete each other. Like Zay, like that's my brother. So like we complete each other's sentences when it comes to music, right? And so I guess in terms of like the processes, it really could go either way. You know what I'm saying? But Zay going into artist mode, and like me taking the production duties, like when it comes to making beats, like I really like to start with like synths, like darker instruments, and then I'll work my way into other stuff. I also like sampling, like the last track on the album has like a really dope chop sample on it. So I usually like to start with melody, but I guess certain tracks I may start with the drums first.
For sure. And that I was gonna say it's really unique because, like, just for example, with the 5 tracks on here, each track was approached differently.
Mm-hmm.
For example, with Barely On, I had recorded that with another producer, and we decided that it wasn't quite the vibe as far as what he had produced and what I laid down. They didn't quite marry. And so I just had the acapella sitting for like a year and a half, and I found it, and I was like, "Hey, G, bro, I feel like you could do something with this. Let me know." And as soon as I sent it, I want to say like an hour later, he sent back the full song, and it was like almost like the EDM process where he took the acapella and was able to construct a whole piece around it. And I know we did that for Ropes as well. It was the same way where he was able to construct a piece around just vocals and make it the song that it was. Whereas stuff like, I know for Why Not, that was a track that he had sent, and I felt it, and I was able to just write a whole song to it. And there was actually 3 verses of just me on there originally, but then I was like, nah, I really want to be able to showcase AG's beats with not just me but other artists that I work with. And so I was fortunate enough to get I-47 and Sick Flow on there, and these are like 2 hip-hop legends, man. When y'all get the time, please look them up. But 2 hip-hop legends, and having them on there, and we even were able to reproduce some of the stuff to have them fit and make it sound like people are, featuring and introducing on the track. That was another way that we were able to work. Now, I thought that was really unique. I had never worked that way before. It was just a very creative and collective process, I would say. And it taught us that there's no cookie cutter way. You don't have to do it a specific way, but just like when you're looking for that vibe and it finds you, you can just follow the path.
Yes,
I
sir.
like it. I like it. Now, it sounds like you guys spend a lot of time in the studio. Is there a part of this that you translate over as you're in the studio? You think about the live show, and you think about how we're going to do it live. What do we want to get out of that? Because I think it's especially with rap, it's tougher to translate what you do in the studio sometimes into that live show. So talk about how you guys handle that. As you guys plan on, if you are going to do a tour or something like that, like how do you plan in the studio for that live, and then translate it into something that you're proud of on that live stage?
For sure. I guess I'll go first on this one. So one of the cheat codes of being a part of this organization, INSEG, they do artist development.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had music out for a while, just being a dabbler within just recording myself. But at the same time, there was a moment where I knew I had to take it serious as a profession. And I took all that music down that I was sharing with the world. I was like, so new to streaming. I thought let me just upload this and see if people like it. But once I got with INSEG, I was like, I really want to approach this professionally and show people my best work. And so I started with artist development, and I was performing while I had no music out, and really just learning my craft on stage and live first. And then I took the energy from live, and then I went to the studio. So by the time that I'm recording it just like I performed. I'm recording it with the performance in mind. So it's almost like an in-studio performance for me. And I know for me, that's it. So it's almost like reverse. I think about the live show before I even think about recording the song.
AG,
I'm
what about
straight.
you?
So like I'm not really a performer, I would say, but I would like I've DJ'd stuff before, but it like I wouldn't even call myself a DJ like that. But when it comes to making music, I see visuals before I even make the track. So it's like, like a track like Control ATL Delete, which is like the fourth track on the project. Like that song, when I was cutting up the sample, like I was like, you know, an acapella would go perfect over this. And it's like live, you can perform that acapella, right? Like without the beat, you can cut off the beat. And then like maybe a little bit later, like he say something and then you drop the beat in, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like that type of stuff, and knowing like it's the simple things, right? It's the minimalistic things that you can do in a live performance that really take it to the next level, like, so I would say like specific things like that.
Gotcha. Now, for you guys, like, is there a tour, tour together individually? What is that, kind of, is there a plan to do that for specifically, I know a lot of our artists we talk to, they tour for specific albums, or is that going to be a standalone and then we'll come out and do a tour later? Or, what does that kind of live, aspect look like, moving forward?
So we actually have a show tomorrow
Oh,
for this project.
It's a
I guess you could call it like a debut show for it, but it's going to be a virtual concert with the program we're talking about, NSEG, and I'm doing their halftime show for their like music competition. And so right now, that's kind of like just been the first booking and the first leg run of how far we've reached. But if we were able to partner with an agency that wants to take the whole show on tour, from seeing what they see at the virtual live, then I'd love to. I know right now I'm preparing with my team with DJ Rosterroot, and he has a camp called Smoking Needles. So after Fife Dog passed, he kind of left a legacy behind to groom artists and get us out there. So I'm working on a debut album with them. And that's where I want to be able to take all this music that I've been collecting with the guys on tour so that I could have an extended set beyond just the album, but I could do a good 45 minutes to an hour, 2 hours if I want. But that's probably where people are going to get to see it the most, because I'll be able to have a set where I'm performing multiple projects within the set.
Yeah. No, definitely a tour. That's definitely something we want to do in the future. Like that's we've talked about that before. We even talked about music festivals, putting on our own festival, something like doing something for the city. Like that's in the plans, definitely.
gotcha. Obviously a little bit different, uh AG, would you do, like a DJ set, or, something along those lines, or, like get into that, kind of, I always look at it like this. I have another buddy who's a producer, his name's A1
Mhm.
Devin,
Yeah.
and, he played football with me in Mercer, so I'll joke with him every now and then. I'm like, bro, you need to get like a mascot head and just start making beats, and like we can see how we can get, let's see how far we can take this thing, man. I mean, come on. So
Yeah. No.
any type of producing in that manner that you'd be open to, or,
Yeah.
what would you
So
stick
like
with?
it's crazy you say that, because so I've done like small DJ events like here and there, but like I don't know actually how to DJ. But what I've discovered is that DJing has become so like there's a low barrier of entry, right? So it's like people will create whole sets, right? And they'll just like stand behind the computer and do something like that. So I don't know if I really want to do something like that. But if I, like you were talking about live beat making, that's something like I do want to get into. Like because Akai has some like dope like beat making machines, Roland of course is a classic, and like that stuff I definitely want to get into. So like it's something like I've definitely thought of. It's just something that I haven't completely I guess worked on yet, but it's definitely something like I want to get into.
Gotcha.
I could
And the
see
key.
it too. Like
Yeah,
some beats, Arab music, the way they do it, I can
yeah,
see what you're talking about.
yeah, no, I definitely, bro.
I like it. I like it, guys. Well, Want to get into Pete Peterson's party pack of questions here. The 20 questions right in a row, really hammering it to you, rapid fire. We're gonna go for the sake of we'll go Zay because you're on my like this way for me. So we'll go Zay first, then AG. So it's gonna go real quick. And they're gonna be fast now. All right, so y'all be ready on your toes. Let's go here.
Ready.
Cake or pie?
Pie. Definitely pie.
AG, you pie?
Yeah,
So I didn't make it clear. Y'all been answering.
Oh
all
yeah,
questions.
no, sorry. Definitely. Nah, I understand. No, I'm definitely going for pie. Like, I'm a Southern boy, bro.
Okay. Salad or soup?
I should say salad, but I'm gonna have to go with the soup.
Damn, bro. I don't know, bro. So I ate some really good soup the other day. The Olive Garden. I mean, sorry, not soup. Salad the other day. The Olive Garden salad. Man, this stuff is amazing. I had to go with salad, bro.
He's going salad. I like it. Sunrise or sunsets? What are you two seeing more of these days?
Sunrise. I've been up and at it. Sunrise.
Man, damn, yeah, no, I'll be up early, so I'd say sunrise.
Okay. Would you rather hit a home run or score a touchdown?
Home run, man. Georgia Braves, man. Home run.
Atlanta Braves, man. So no, I'm a bigger Falcons fan, so I'm wearing the Falcons right now. But so I gotta say touchdown.
I like it. Night in or night out? What do you guys having more of?
You know what? In our field, I'm gonna say night out. Realistically, night out.
Man, damn. I don't know. I'm a night in type of person. Like I can do that night out stuff, but I'm more night in type of person.
Okay. Okay. All right. When you do go out and your jam comes on at the party you're at, are you more likely to do the robot or the worm?
You know what? I've actually done the worm at a party, so I'm gonna have to say the worm.
I like it. There you go.
Man, I'm going with robot, bro, because I've actually done the robot. I used to do that pop locking like
the pop lock. Going there it is. All right. Guac or queso?
Queso.
Yeah,
spinach queso at that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
no, that queso is the one, bro. Queso with jalapenos. That's the one right there.
All right. A little spice. I like it. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffle House. Yo, baby, waffles.
Yeah, I definitely waffles, hands down.
I like it. Coffee or tea with those waffles?
I've been more tea lately, actually. I used to be a coffee addict. I haven't drinking coffee. I don't think I've drunk coffee in a year now.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was never into coffee. I gotta go with tea.
Okay, all tea. I like it. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Yes, sir. Dogs.
All right, we're all dogs. I like it. Ninja or pirate? What do you more like?
Ninja.
Bro. No, so like I gotta pick ninja because like I remember reading about the Sengoku period in Japan, and like ninjas, like that's when ninjas were big, and so like that's I always think about that. So no, ninjas.
We made Nova happy over pirate.
Oh man, I mean, so first time ever doing that, asking that question, somebody's busted out the Sendoku period in Japan and knowing exactly when the ninjas were available. I love it.
That's your guy. He's a historian.
I love it. Gatorade or Powerade?
Powerade. And I don't even know why, because I could go either or, but for some reason I pick out Powerade more.
Yeah, no, I think I gotta go with Gatorade. I drank way more Gatorade back in high school. Way more Gatorade.
Okay. Toast or bagels in the morning?
That's actually a really difficult one.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't care that I eat toast more. I prefer bagels.
Okay.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I might have to go with bagel because I literally ate a bagel today. I
There
literally
it
ate
is.
Jealous.
Chips or pretzels?
I'm gonna go with chips. With chips, you got more flavor options.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, no, those barbecue Lay's chips. That's the one right there.
Okay. All right. Fries or tots?
Mm,
Damn.
fries. Because you can have them in different forms.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, damn.
And any other form of tater tot is a hash brown.
Oh yeah,
Good
no,
point.
you're right about that. You're right about that. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm actually gonna go with tater tots.
All right.
Actually,
All
tater
right.
tots.
I like it. When you guys sit down after a long day, TV show or movie to help you unwind?
TV show. You
Yeah.
actually get a longer movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like I definitely got to be in a mood to watch a movie. Like TV shows, like those like 30 minutes, like sitcoms and stuff. Like that's definitely just put that on.
I like it. Are aliens real?
Yes.
Hell yeah, aliens got to be real, man.
Yes.
Make the universe way more interesting.
Is Bigfoot real?
I don't know if that's the politically correct term for him, but yes. I think
Has
Yeti's
Bigfoot been canceled? Am I not able to say Bigfoot
Yeah,
anymore?
no, right? What do you mean, bro?
because like didn't they like prove Bigfoot was like a Yeti or something?
But Yeti's not real either, bro.
No, Yetis are real. Yetis are definitely real.
Yeti's real.
Okay, so
I mean,
you're going Bigfoot in the snow real, but Bigfoot in the regular forest not
yeah,
real.
exactly. It's crazy.
Interesting. Okay, all right. Is love at first sight real?
For food.
For food, I like that.
Not for people.
That's the funniest. I like that. We haven't had that answer either. We've had like a bunch of people go, yeah, lust at first sight is real, but like love at first sight for food is real. I love that. I've been getting you hungry the whole entire list, and then I go with the love at first sight, and most people are like, well, what a change up. And I'm like, yeah, for food, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I
Definitely.
love it.
Food.
I
Yeah,
love it
no,
for food.
I don't think it exists. Like it's just impossible. You can't just fall in love with someone immediately. I feel like that's kind of a crazy way to look at it.
I like it. I like it.
Extremist.
All right, and for both of you guys, in the final question of Pete Peterson's party pack of questions, two artists each. So two artists each that we ought to check out that we don't know about from each of you guys. So it could be your friends, could be people in y'all's group at Georgia State. So who are two people that we ought to check out from each of you guys that we need to look up?
You want to go first, AJ?
I always go blank when someone asks me recommendations. Damn. Who's a dope artist? Who have I been listening to recently? Damn, I can't even think. You gotta go, Zay. I can't even think. I gotta think about it.
We can go 1-1 if we need to. I don't want to make call it two. 1-1. Let's go.
I got two. I got two for sure. I'm gonna say Nyx. My boy Nyx. You spell it Nicx.
Next hard, bro.
He's about to drop an album next month. It's gonna be amazing. He's been doing music for a minute, man. Like he's a legend in Cleveland. So I have to say him, and definitely, although we probably already know who he is, but he an Atlanta legend, and he's dropping on Friday. I'm gonna say my boy Black.
Yes, sir.
Black. Black.
Six Flag. I love it.
Okay. So actually, no. I just thought of two. So the first one would be my homie Kim the Third, in-house ATL, bro. That man been going hard. He's been dropping like freestyles all the time. Yeah, he just been rapping in his car. He's going crazy. So no, definitely check out Kim the Third. And the second person I would say, like, I gotta support my Indian people. So like I'll say Raf Sapera. He's like this Punjabi artist, and he's hard, bro. And he mixes like hip hop with Punjabi music, and it's like it's an amazing mix. So definitely check out Raf Sapera. He's hard.
Okay. All right. So I got Nick's NICX from Cleveland. Album coming out Friday. 6 Flags.
Or yeah, that's who's got the album Friday.
He said Six Flags.
Six Flags. Black.
Six
Six Flags. Yeah. Whatever. Hey, look. I gotta spell it out, or else I know how to look it up.
Six.
Six LACK. And then I got Ken the Third, KEN the Third.
Oh no,
KEN
Kim the Third.
Kim.
Yes, sir. Kim the Third.
KIN. All right. And then Rafe Zapata, which is RAFEZAPERA.
So that's close. It's RAF space SAPERRA. So yeah, 2 R's.
All right. I like it. Gotta get it right.
Yes, sir.
We got survived the Pete Peterson party pack of questions. I'm glad we could get that going. Obviously,
Perfect.
guys, go listen to AG Dynasty. Go listen to Zay, because go listen to them together on March Madness, out right now this second. Anytime you're listening to this, you may not hear this till April, but it's going to be. But they got March Madness still going on.
Yeah, exactly.
The Final Four. Let's go.
My bracket is busted already, so it don't even matter, bro.
Doesn't matter. Exactly. Yeah, we had some unfortunate things going on last weekend, but appreciate you guys coming on. Excited to again follow you guys, see where things come from, and trend, see what trajectory we get on, and excited to hear new releases and all that good stuff coming. Anything else you want to shout out to the people to follow you guys?
Oh man. Yeah, go ahead, Zay.
I was saying, just Zay Bcuz on everything. ZAY BCUZ. Because.
Yes, sir.
Like
definitely follow me. AG Dynasty on IG. AG Dynasty ATL on Twitter. I also got a TikTok. I post some of my beats on there. That's AG Dynasty. So yeah, just follow me. Definitely check out my tracks. Yeah. I appreciate Indie So I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And definitely let me know when the interview drops. I definitely want to tag y'all, support y'all. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
We'll get that going. Yeah. Thank you guys.
For sure, man. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir.